Alrighty. I hope everything is working, but we will see. My headphones just went to a very weird. What is going on here? What if I put 3 fingers? There we go. Okay. My fault for that. So, it's been quite a while since I did kind of anything on this channel. And also quite a long time since I've done anything in my GitHub either, if you guys have been looking at this. Kind of a dead zone here. It was for, I don't know, a myriad of reasons. Like, I was feeling a little bit burnt out, didn't really have a project to do. I did obtain an internship offer, and signed it. So I don't know, a myriad of factors, a bunch of excuses for myself, but nevertheless, here we are. I've been thinking what I want to do with this channel, and I think I want this channel this year to be more of like, how about less of a code every day with me type of thing, because honestly this year I'm kind of enjoying just the flexibility of, like, I live with 5 other guys. I kind of just like to, I don't know, hang out and do other stuff. I don't really want to be tied down to 2 hours a day or like an hour a day, everything. Because it's also hard. I don't really have, like, my friend Ben is incredible at this. Or like GolfoNet, if you guys have seen his like compiling everyday videos. He's very dedicated, and he has like one big project. So it's kind of easier for him because it's like you're always going back to that one big project, and I don't really have that. So like at the tail end of, what am I even trying to say? At the tail end of the streams, essentially, a big part of why I stopped was that I didn't have like a project to continue back to. And I don't like trying to just like fill dead air. I feel like it's not good content or like useful for my time. So what I'm going to do differently is I'm going to set some goals, and then every week I'm going to stream at least twice a week, and one of them is going to be a weekly check-in to keep myself accountable. I'll run through these in a second, but these are like my long-term goals for 2026. Broadly, I might add some more stuff throughout the year. But yeah, so essentially each week I'm gonna kind of recap if I hit my goals from the previous week and set myself goals for the next week, given I'll know more things, like if I have midterms or something, anything along that nature. Okay, I think without it out of the way, I'm going to just run through these. It's pretty quick, but broadly my 2026 goals are, number one, like there's a chasm after this. The biggest goal above all else is to obtain a full-time offer for postgrad. I can put in onto this, like, preferably from Pinterest. Smiley face. Because if I can get to here, this is a great spot to be in. No lie, obviously. But yeah, these would be definitely the biggest 2 goals and what I'm going to be working towards as best as I can. I thought that's obvious though. My next one, I want to read 5 books. I'm starting to read The Hobbit, and this is not like for any other reason besides I haven't read like seriously in like a long time. Like, I've read chapters here and there for classes, but like a book end to end I haven't read in a while, and that's like very embarrassing to say. But I feel like I'm getting worse at that. Like, that's a skill that's atrophying that I don't want to atrophy. And I'm making the stipulation that one has to be technical. Oh shit, what's up, Sam? Pinterest is in the same building as me in NYC? Well, that's sick. I'm remote this year, but I'm probably going to try to visit some offices. So if I pull up to New York, we could hang out. Okay. So yeah, one has to be technical. I haven't decided on the technical book. I don't really know technical books. This one also have to finish end to end, but just learn some stuff. It's very vague, but a lot of this is meant to be vague. So yeah. As I said earlier, I want to stream 2 times a week. I don't really know when these streams are going to be. They're going to be very random. I'm not really doing it for the views. I know if I did a schedule, it'd be easier for people to come in and expect a time. I'm very sorry. My life is just a bit chaotic right now, so don't have a specific time. But yeah, one stream has to be the weekly check-in. As I said, I wanted to be defining weekly goals, and I want to be honest with myself. Like, did I hit them or did I miss them? And then the other stream can be anything technical related. Like after this, I'm going to read a Pinterest Medium article, take some notes, try to learn, and then that's literally going to be it today. Outside of that, the technical stuff, I want to physically exercise at least 30 minutes every day. I felt like shit all of today, and then I went on a 40-minute run, and I feel 10 times better. So I want to actually do this. Actively invest and continue to learn more about finances. I've been doing this kind of off and on for 2 years now, but I feel like I'm 21 going into senior year of college. It's time to learn about how to do this stuff. This can kind of go read one Pinterest technical article. This is because Pinterest has a great Medium account. It's called Pinterest Engineering, where they post shit all the time about what they're doing and write-ups, and it's really interesting. So I want to read at least one of these a week, preferably on stream, but if not, then it doesn't happen. I reserve the right to change these goals throughout the year, but I think for now these are going to be my bigger ones. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's undo that. Let's go into, what do we call week 1? So here's going to be the reading that I'm doing today. And yeah, it's a 10-minute read, so pretty quick today. It is 10:30 and I need to go to bed soon, but yeah, whatever. I actually like these flipped. I'll do that over there, and over here. Okay. So, Pinterest inspiration isn't just for our users, it shapes how we build and care for our platform. I would hope so. Until recently, our own Observability Ollie tools told a fragmented story. Logs over here, traces over here, and metrics somewhere else. We've always excelled at collecting signals, time series metric, traces, logs, change-related events, but without the seamless context and unity now promised by open standards like OpenTelemetry, we're missing out on the big picture. Okay, what the fuck is the big picture here? The big picture is the full narrative behind every anomaly and layer. What is OpenTelemetry? Collection of APIs, SDKs, and tools used to instrument, generate, collect, and export telemetry data. So were they not using this? Observability standards. Overall values, which lays the following core values. Telemetry should be easy. What is a formal definition of telemetry? Process of recording and transmitting the readings of an instrument. Okay, sure. So different parts of a distributed system may have different types of logs. It can be really hard to track messages through queues and workers. Okay. I mean, that makes sense intuitively. I remember trying to add logs. I took this distributed systems class, and the last project I debugged for 10 hours because the logs just it's impossible to debug. I'm also starting to use Obsidian, but I'm very slow at it. But it's been very nice so far. especially if logging frameworks change, logging is inconsistent, etc. I take CloudWatch for granted. What is CloudWatch? Is that like AWS's version? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Central logging. Interesting. Okay. Because I'm going into, I can't remember exactly. I know I'm on the platform org, but I think I'm on the infra team. So I feel like I'm going to be doing something like this, like observability or something like this, which is cool. I mean, I like it. Okay, anyways. Telemetry, and these like logging the outputs. Readings and debugs, etc. in large scale systems. This can be very hard and distributed, planned. Not the best note taking, but whatever. Infra is a good place to be. I think so. I think it's really interesting. So I'm hoping I find it interesting this summer. Okay. Core values should be easy. Universal. Vendor neutral. I don't know if I really like to write that one down. What does loosely coupled mean in this context? OpenTelemetry end users should be able to pick and choose from the pieces they want without bringing in the rest of the project. Ah, okay. To enable this, OpenTelemetry software architecture is decoupled wherever possible. Okay. Cool. As a corollary, this also means that OpenTelemetry does not want to pick winners when it comes to particular projects and technologies. Where possible, we prefer to give our end users a choice. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. And then should be built in. I'm going to just summarize what these are. Be able to pick and choose what pieces. And users want. Provide class languages, signal types, or protocols and conventions. I'm not putting a bullet under, it should be easy. Should be built in. Historically, telemetry was something had to integrate manually or via PARS compilation agents. We believe high quality telemetry can be built into the entire software stack. How do I summarize this? Able to be integrated at any point in the stack, not just your compilation. Okay. A little bit of a tangent there, but whatever. Okay, let's go back to this. Do I have Dark Reader? Did I really delete Dark Reader? I think it was like fucking... It was definitely fucking Firefox at one point. But I kind of need it for this. Okay. Well, modern observability... I should zoom in a little bit. Modern observability standards promise a unified world of correlated data. The reality for many mature, large-scale infrastructure is far more fragmented. These systems, often predating the widespread adoption of such standards, are composed of powerful but disconnected data silos. Okay. We solve the problem with a pragmatic solution to this common challenge by leveraging AI agent. What? Through a central MCP server. This is not at all where I thought this article was going. Not in the slightest bit did I think this was going MCP. That's what I'm saying. How the you're using an MCP server for logging? Huh? Am I reading this right? We solved the problem with a pragmatic I should just keep reading. What? Okay. The Pinterest observability team is charting a new course that meets the moment. We're working both left and right. Shift left practices to bake better logging and instrumentation into the heart of our code. Shift right strategies to keep production observability robust and responsive. Still, we know that tools alone aren't enough. The real breakthrough comes with more intelligence and context into the mesh. Does it? We are embracing the new era of AI, and at its core is... I just don't like MCP servers. At all. Agent to agent and context engineering, a new way to bring all of our observability signals together and feed them... Shut up. Into intelligent agents? Beginning with the MCP server, we attempt to make every major pillar of observability data available and unified. This has to be, like... It can't mean that it's doing the logging. It has to mean that, like, if somebody's looking into a log, it, like, pulls from a context stream or something. I just, like, disagree. That I can't be what this is. The real breakthrough comes with bringing more intelligence and context into the mix. This is just like a whole lot of jargon. Observability analysis systems can dig deep asking the right questions. Can dig deep. Following clues across logs, iteratively building insight. So it's an analysis thing. Okay, it's not a logging thing. Like, so it's like MCP server to... I just don't understand how this solves the problem, because what I imagine this thing is an MCP server to utilize all logging information and context in the system to formulate insights behind certain logs. I think. Like, that's the only thing that kind of makes sense to me. But I'm just going to keep going. Okay, whatever. Fragmented state. The field of observability faces major turning points every couple of years, with a major shift a couple of years back when OpenTelemetry and similar services came into the picture. These tools facilitate the OLLI process. Look into whether their OLLI system seems like a These tools facilitate the OLLI process by enabling context propagation across the different pillars of OLLI data while remaining vendor and language agnostic. For example, under a single SDK, you have the ability to generate metrics, logs, and traces with an ID that allows for correlation and connections between those paths. Okay. So dude, I'm still like so shocked that they said MCP is the solution for this. However, our OLLI infrastructure was set up before conventions and tools like OTel were available, and it is not feasible to overturn our entire OLLI infrastructure in order to incorporate them into our stack. This means we suffer from a lack of the virtues that they provide. We had to individually implement separate tools and pipelines for ingesting logs, metrics, and traces from our server. This resulted in a strong yet fragmented system where each individual pillar is constrained to its own domain. Okay. So, with each data pillar being very strong in logging, but isolated from other pillars. Resulted in a strong yet fragmented system. Where each individual pillar is constrained to its own domain with no clear matching across data points. That's bad. As a result, an on-call engineer must jump around multiple unique interfaces when root causing an issue, leading to potential loss of valuable time. Okay, I can kind of see where the MCP is coming in. I really thought they were using it for logging, and that's just wrong. Steep learning curve for the current tools unique to each pillar extends this loss of time for newer engineers. Makes sense. Consequently, advanced OLLI analysis by leveraging machine learning or other techniques that can holistically... This sentence just doesn't read right. Consequently, advanced OLLI analysis... This just isn't English. Advanced OLLI analysis by leveraging machine learning? Am I tripping? Am I going insane? Consequently, advanced OLLI analysis by leveraging machine learning or other techniques that can holistically understand the health of our systems creates a non-trivial problem for the OLLI team. Oh, God. Debugging root cause issues meant traveling across data pillars to bug trace. Okay, so we have a bunch of these, no shared context. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay. Knowing these limitations, the OLLI team here at Pinterest is committed to overcoming these gaps by what we call shifting left and shifting right. When shifting left, we have prioritized the integration and standardization of OLLI practices and tools, which facilitates the proactive identification and resolution issues. Meanwhile, shifting right, we focus on maintaining system visibility in production through the use of OLLI learning. Sure. This means that we have to continue to innovate and connect the dots across our pillars while ensuring teams can continue to monitor the health of their services and quickly solve problems when they arise. Sure. Enter the area of AI and agents. What if our limitations didn't truly matter? We could just provide our data to the LLMs, acting as agents, and have them connect the dots for us. Find correlations, return meaningful information to our users. Okay. So, MCP allows for a bridge to be built between these pillars by feeding all their logging data into it. Being the thing I'm a little bit confused about is like, why couldn't, this is like a stupid thing, but if this is like ongoing, like the logs are continuing throughout the entire time, how does that get fed to the LLM actually? Like, this, I feel like I'm not framing the question right, but like, is it just that, I don't know how it works in like a professional environment, but are these logs just like saved somewhere and it's like somehow the LLM has like, you tell it, hey, sit in a lake that the model queries? That's how ours works. What do you mean by lake? Sorry, I'm kind of new to all this. But like in my head, how this kind of works is like data is over here, like all of the files, all of the logs and stuff, and then the user would be like, hey, on January 6th, 10 p.m., XYZ happened. Look in X pillar maybe and try to connect like a root cause, and then it would like start doing like the very funny cursor grep thing or whatever, like throughout the files, I guess. I just don't know really how this looks like in practice. Actually, I've heard of the term data lake. Business has metrics like API failure rate. Data lake. Centralized repository that stores vast amounts of raw data without needing upfront transformation, allowing for flexible analysis. Ah, okay, makes sense. Those stored in data lake pod. When those metrics go bad, on-call is paged and investigates. Same with automated canaries. We built something similar with a model that can triage. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this seems like a common thing. Okay, thank you. That's actually a very valuable information. Okay. Context engineering. An AI agent is only as good as the information that it has access to. I guess I could have just waited and it would tell me how it does it. So we knew that we had to build a system that would be able to provide our Ollie agents with as much relevant data as possible. LLMs are impressive on their own, but with some real context engineering behind them, they become so impressive that you begin to feel like, okay, shut the fuck, stop the glaze. Different techniques have sprung up recently to facilitate the sharing of context with an agent. However, the most prominent and widely accepted is that of MCP, which was released by Anthropic in late 2024. Didn't Anthropic also say I feel like they just had something come out of like them saying, actually we don't really like MCP. Thought so, at least. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, anyways. This protocol has become the new standard and staple of agent projects for companies and enthusiasts alike. In short, it provides an agent different tools that it can utilize when working to resolve a request, allowing it the flexibility to choose what to use if it wants to call anything. Okay, as it organically works through a task with its reasoning and newfound information. MCP was the perfect fit to help us sidestep our limitations and begin to drive Pinterest Ollie. Are these ones actually? They're like 011. I'm calling it Ollie, I don't care. Into a new era as it grants the following. Okay. Okay. Need by utilizing agent tool calls. Discounts. By building an MCP server, we can empower an agent to simultaneously interact with time series metrics. This allows it to find connections, build hypotheses from patterns it sees within and across our data. Okay. Direction. Okay. Fine-grained context. As developers of the MCP servers, we get to decide what information and ability so developing the MCP server ensures that we maintain full control of our systems and data. Okay. For them, MCP determine what data and agent calls it can do. Sure. If not, other teams could have independently developed them on their own, incorrectly accessing our data or by giving their agents the ability to alter data that should not be changed. Providing the MCP server as an interface to our data. Okay, so MCP is interface for interacting with data. This prevents maladies manipulating sure, I don't really care about the rest of this. This isn't interesting to me. Plug and play extensibility. In a practical sense, an MCP service is a service that provides an AI agent with a toolbox. Yeah, whatever. Tools within AI agent. Connect and interact with this. This is a whole lot of yap. Yeah, whatever. Hub for agentic Ollie experience. We plan for this to be the only beginning. Gen AI tooling. Only the beginning for Gen AI tooling. Smiley face. Creates the perfect infrastructure. Perfect is a strong word. For engineering teams at Pinterest to be able to access our data from their own agentic needs. Recently, we hosted our company-wide hackathons where multiple teams developed projects that depended on our MCP server, including the team that bagged first place. So before the tracker, widget alert, dashboard, explore siloed signals. So now they all get sent to this, likely cause root. I mean, it makes sense. Let me add this in. No, can't copy the image. Really? Can I not like drag the image? I can drag the image, but I can't copy the image? Sure. Okay. And so for the other teams, very own MCP server is now available. So, MCP server available for all an autonomous ollie. So you'd like do this shit automatically, try to get rid of like some on-call shit, I guess. Change feed events, finds events related to the service of interest. Okay, do your following. Oops, sorry. I figured my camera's like in the way. It's my bad. I don't really need to redo all this. Logs, traces. Development was a great experience. Sure. Transcribes by data, but it's something then. I feel like this doesn't have so much to do with like open telemetry. Like they kind of yapped about that in the beginning, but like I feel like sure it's siloed, so like they needed this in this context. But I think this is also just like useful even if you have like it's even more useful if you have like an open telemetry system where like the logs are even better and you can not just have these like sparse connection trees. Going in, we overestimated the amount of information that a model could take, while also underestimating the amount of data that we own as a team. That's really funny. This is a funny sentence. The other team processes around 3 billion data points per minute. Holy fuck. 12 billion keys per minute. 7 terabytes of logs per day. If we allow an agent to organically look through this data, it would end up querying for too much at a time, breaking its context window and causing itself to crash. We came up with 2 main solutions to prevent... Okay, this is what I want to get into. God, I wish the article started with this. I did all this. I've been doing this for 38 minutes. Holy shit, I need to get faster at this. This wasn't even a long article. Link generation. The first use case we planned to test our agents on was the collection of relevant data for an on-call engineer. We just wanted to collect the relevant information related to an alert, facilitate the engineer's job, streamlining resolution, or whatever. For this use case, the agent does not need to parse the raw data. Instead, it only needs to know of the relevant time periods and sources. This allows us to have the agent generate links to the dashboard. Interesting. Knowing the time slice of the fault, it generates links to the dashboards containing the information. Doing on-call engineer. Interesting. So it's not actually what I thought. Knowing the previous solution would not work for all use cases, especially the most advanced ones where we would want the agents to be able to find connections between the raw data. We kept looking for solutions. We noticed that we were overcomplicating the situation, trying to come up with a lot of complex solutions. The tools MCP server gives an agent come with a lot of metadata explaining that functionality so that an agent can reason about whether to use it. Which means that in this metadata, we could include instructions to only query for a very small time period. Okay. Just include metadata. Only query for a very small period. To call it again until wanted. That's such a funny solution. Somebody gets paid like 500 grand for that, by the way. Oh God, please. $500 for just recurse lol w. Just recurse, guys. You ever did functional programming? Just recurse. Jane Street would have known that. We're also currently working on testing another solution with the Spark team. Interesting. We're looking at building a similar agent where we leverage additional LLM within a server. Summarize the data. This allows us to return. Wait, summarize the data. Sure. Okay. Our MCP server agent is called a tricorder agent. It's designed to assist. Engineer can provide. And sit back while it gathers the relevant information. Okay, this is just like a summary. Agents use tools on multiple parts of the graph, exploring all the incoming and outgoing dependencies. Sure. Okay. I like that it ended with just recurse. I think that's funny. Okay. I'm gonna end it here. And I hope you guys, whoever's watching this, Sam, I don't know if you're still here. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know when the next stream is gonna be. Sometime this week. Probably on the weekend. Or not probably on the weekend. Probably like Thursday, maybe. All right. Well, I appreciate you a lot. We're gonna keep doing these check-ins, keep doing these readings. I kind of just want to read a lot. That's kind of the goal. 2026 goal is just read. I just want to read. I'll start. I do have one project actually. For next week. Next week. Luck with your goals. Thank you. Next week, what do I want to do? I want to I'll come back in 20 years and check up on you. Thanks, man. Read more about reinforcement learning. Basics. Maybe start. So, my next project that I want to do, this game that my girlfriend plays all the time, called Brick and Balls. There's a bunch of bricks. You throw some balls at it. But some of these levels, no lie, hard as fuck. Like, really fucking difficult. So I want to make, like, a reinforcement learning bot to, like, because you can see the map beforehand. So I want to, like, be able to generate a map reader, then have it actually generate the map, and then have my bot that gets, like, really good at this play the map to find out, like, how the moves to do it, and then, like, give you a step-by-step to how to win it. I think that'd be really fucking fun. I'm subscribing to it down, so I'll study for my exams. Well, thanks, man. I mean, that's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just, like, maintain accountability. So yeah, that's like the real goal. This project I think will be cool. Unfortunately, this quarter I'm kind of fucked for time because I'm overloading classes. But we'll see. Surely I can find time for this because I think that's such a cool project. But I know zero about, like, reinforcement learning and training. I know there's, like, Jump King bot to, like, yeah, Code Bullet. This guy, like, makes like, it'd be similar to this, where, like, I'm like remake a level. Like, I want to make this, but for Brick and Balls, because these videos are so fun to watch. But I have no clue how he does this. But I think it'd be really fun. So that's the stretch goal for this quarter. So I just want to, like, start looking into that. So it's like, I also should add goals. was gonna say like use less hand roll in the entire project. No AI code. This is like a personal goal of mine. I haven't like not done a project. Obviously, everything is going to an AI world, even industry. It doesn't really make sense. But like, I'm a student. I still want to learn stuff. Like this reinforcement learning project, I could probably Claude code this in a couple days. But that's not really fun. I wouldn't learn anything. So I kind of just want to learn how to do it. So, yeah. Okay, read more about reinforcement learning. Maybe start the bot project. Do I have any other goals for next week, specifically? I think that's it. Besides like the other ones, like Pinterest product and stuff. Alrighty, that's gonna be it for me tonight. Sam, appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Good night, guys.